We're back. It's Mike Young and Denise Young. We're on our daily walk. We're getting our daily vigorous aerobic exercise outdoors, which I hope you're doing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get our free book, Live to 150 at liveto150.org. This is about glyphosate or Roundup. Actually, I don't think Roundup is mentioned in this article. We had ChatGPT put this article together for us, and all the sources are going to be cited. It's about glyphosate. It's a general article. We'll do another one on food specifically, but this one's just very general, so you have a good background if you're not familiar already.
What is glyphosate, and is it harmful to humans? Glyphosate is a widely used herbicide that has been the subject of much debate in recent years. While some studies suggest that it is relatively safe for humans, others have raised concerns about its potential to cause health issues. In this article, we will explore the potential for glyphosate to cause health issues in humans, including the most common human health issues caused by glyphosate chemical, what exactly glyphosate is, and why people think it's very toxic to humans, the most common methods of glyphosate exposure in humans, what people can do to ensure they don't ingest or absorb the glyphosate chemical, and whether everyone is in agreement that the glyphosate chemical causes health issues in humans. What is glyphosate? Glyphosate is a broad-spectrum herbicide that is widely used to control weeds in a variety of crops, including soybean, corn, and cotton.
Okay, and now for personal use, you probably have it in these little spray bottles that you spray your weeds around your yard if you use it, which I highly recommend you don't. Okay, but it seems like it's everywhere. Everyone uses that. Or you hire somebody else to do it, or like Denise said, you grow it. It's designed for use in plants and in fields. And then basically the way it works, a short answer for how it works that I will give you, the non-technical answer is they have a certain genetically modified seed that they use, GMO. And it's modified so that this poison that would normally kill all foliage, it's a complete defoliant, will not kill the special genetically modified crop. So they can spray it with an airplane or whatever on the entire field, soak it with this poison, and the food that's going to grow as your food that you're going to eat is not killed, but it absorbs the chemical anyway and is not killed.
It was first introduced in the 1970s and has since become one of the most widely used herbicides in the world. Glyphosate works by inhibiting an enzyme that is essential for plant growth, which ultimately leads to the death of the plant. Why do people think glyphosate is very toxic to humans? Glyphosate has been the subject of much controversy in recent years, with some studies suggesting that it may be harmful to human health. One of the main concerns is that glyphosate may be a carcinogen, meaning that it has the potential to cause cancer. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, or IARC, has classified glyphosate as a probable human carcinogen, while the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, has classified it as not likely to be carcinogenic to humans.
Yeah, so this is interesting, right? How can two people be diametrically opposed as to whether something causes damage? And which one is the one that's probably influenced by, that's a government organization that's probably influenced by lobbyists of the large corporations that produce glyphosate, the USDA, right?
Yeah, the chemical company.
Right, so that would be the USDA. What do they say? They say it's probably not.
They didn't say anything.
Well, who said something?
EPA.
Oh, EPA.
Said it's probably not.
Well, EPA, no, that's a government organization that's influenced by lobbyists from large corporations that produce the products, the chemicals. So they say it's probably okay. The other people are who? Some international organization or something like that?
The International Agency for Research on Cancer.
Okay, so they're probably not influenced so much by lobbyists, I would say.
Yeah.
So which one are you going to believe? That's what you have to decide. Which one is more believable?
I'm going to go with the IARC since the glyphosate isn't legal in other countries.
Oh, that's right. That's true. Yeah, you're right. There's no GMO crops in Europe, I guess, right? That's what I hear anyway.
They're outlawed. So the other concerns include the potential for glyphosate to cause developmental and reproductive issues, as well as damage to the liver and kidneys. What are the most common human health issues caused by the glyphosate chemical? The most common human health issues caused by glyphosate exposure include cancer, liver and kidney damage, and reproductive and developmental issues. While the evidence linking glyphosate to these health issues is not conclusive, some studies have suggested that there may be a link. What are the most common methods of glyphosate exposure in humans? There are several ways in which humans can be exposed to glyphosate. The most common methods of exposure include skin contact. You can be exposed to glyphosate if you get it on your skin. Inhalation, you can breathe it if you're using it. Ingestion, you might swallow some if you eat or smoke after applying it without washing your hands.
Add a few things on your skin. If you don't know this, anything you put on your skin, which is the largest organ in your body, gets absorbed into your body. Yes, right. It's not like someone cut you open and dumped it in, but it's almost that bad, okay? And the other thing is, talking about breathing it, if you're nearby and someone else is spraying it, it just has to drift over. Like we know people, we've had to cancel an event this year because the neighboring farm had spray planes that allowed all their chemical clouds to drift over onto the other neighbor's property and contaminate all of our food that was growing.
I don't think we realized how we absorb chemicals until like the nicotine patch came out in those.
Yeah, like how does that work? You just put a sticker on me and it's all.
And the birth control patch too, that lasts 3 months.
Yeah.
I think. Touching plants, you may also be exposed if you touch plants that are still wet with spray. What can people do to ensure they don't ingest or absorb the glyphosate chemical? To reduce the risk of glyphosate exposure, it is important to take the following steps. Wear protective clothing. When using glyphosate, wear protective clothing including gloves, long sleeves, and pants. Wash your hands after using it with soap and water. Don't eat or smoke after applying glyphosate without
just wear a space suit. That's the basic answer.
Just avoid it.
Or scuba diving gear.
Don't buy it.
Yeah.
Avoid touching plants that are still wet with its spray. Is everyone in agreement that the glyphosate chemical causes health issues in humans? That was your question. I think we already heard the answer to that.
Yeah.
No. There's still much debate about the potential for glyphosate to cause health issues in humans. While some studies have suggested that it may be harmful, others have found no evidence of harm. The EPA has concluded that there's no risk of concern to human health from current uses of glyphosate, while the IARC...
The EPA has determined that.
The IARC classified it as probable human carcinogen. More research is needed to fully understand the potential health effects. In conclusion, glyphosate is a widely used herbicide that has been the subject of much debate in recent years. While some studies suggest that it is relatively safe for humans, others have raised concerns about its potential to cause... Why are you filming the building when I'm trying to talk?
I'm actually not using film.
This is why I don't like making
we
videos
still hear
in
you.
This area.
We still hear you.
Because no one's paying attention to me
Okay,
anymore.
there's no glyphosate on the building. I was just checking. Go ahead.
The most common human health issues caused by glyphosate exposure include cancer, liver and kidney disease, and reproductive and developmental issues. To reduce the risk of exposure, it is important to wear protective clothing, wash your hands, avoid eating or smoking after applying glyphosate without washing your hands.
Avoid eating or
first.
smoking? What does that have to do with it?
Well, if you are working with glyphosate and you're spraying it around, it's on your hands. Then you go light up a cigarette and you're sucking in the glyphosate from the cigarette butt.
I see. Okay.
Michael might have been exposed to glyphosate.
I probably was.
Child.
That's why it makes answers a lot of unknown questions.
I heard
Things that we weren't sure about in the past.
It's been linked to Asperger's and even worse stuff. While there's still much debate about the potential for glyphosate to cause health issues in humans, more research is needed to fully understand the risks.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, all of the sources are hyperlinked on our YouTube channel around the same time that this was released, or on my Facebook timeline at Mike Young. So check all that out and let us know your questions. Let us know if you have any personal experience with anything like this. I think it affects way more people than we think. And like I said, we're gonna do a video specifically on the food. That's next, actually. It'll be released right after this video. So please also be sure to give us a thumbs up. That helps us get the message out, and subscribe. And of course, leave your comments. Do you have anything else to say?
No.
All right, see you in the next video. Bye.